Hello there everybody, how is it going and how have you been? I am EuclideanSqd, and we're back here in Duel Links for the release of the next main box, Revolution Beginning. And if I may admit, I am a little bit annoyed at this box, just because for some reason it doesn't have Black Rose Dragon in it, and I thought for sure it would, considering the last 4 boxes have all had a new Signer Dragon in them, plus Power Duel, which kind of is and kind of isn't. But for some reason, it has Junk Destroyer instead of Black Rose Dragon, and I don't really know why. I don't think Black Rose Dragon is that powerful of a card, but I don't know. It's more just a personal thing than anything, because Black Rose Dragon is my favorite, and I was waiting for it to be available, but apparently it's not yet. Anyway, I already grabbed the 500 gems out of the gift box, so let's go ahead and start opening up some packs, see what we get. As usual, we'll be opening maybe 30 to 40 packs probably, and then I'll just check out the rest of the cards that I did not get. So to start with, looks like we've got something pretty valuable right off the bat. Let's see, we have Crashbug Z, a 3-star Fiend with 0 attack and 1500 defense, Dark Fiend. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a Crashbug Y from your deck. You must control a face-up Crashbug X to activate and to resolve this effect. Okay. I'm guessing all 3 do something when they're together, but I don't really know, and pardon me for just a moment, I'm scooting the mic just a little bit closer. Then we have Lucent, Netherlord of Dark World, new Dark World card, okay. A 6-star Dark Fiend with 2400 attack and 0 defense. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, special summon it from the graveyard, so kind of like most of the big Dark Worlds. Then, if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard, to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Fiend-type monster from your deck to either side of the field. That's interesting. That definitely still works with the... what is he, Ceruli, I think? I think that's his name. The one that, like, if you discard him to your graveyard, he special summons himself to the opponent's side of the field and then makes you discard another card. So that's interesting. Oh, and then we got a super rare, Unending Nightmare. A continuous trap card. You can pay 1000 life points, then target 1 face-up spell trap card on the field. Destroy it. You can only activate this effect of Unending Nightmare once per chain. Okay. Oh, but it is a continuous trap, so you can use it multiple times to destroy spell and trap cards, so long as you have the life points to fuel it. Interesting trap card. If you have a deck that's really good at healing yourself, it can be pretty powerful. We have Stardust Phantom, a level 1 light spellcaster with no attack and defense. Very tiny card text, so I'm going to try and read it. When this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can select 1 Stardust Dragon in your graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense position. Okay, so it revives your Stardust for free. You can remove from play this card in the graveyard to select 1 face-up Dragon-type Synchro monster you control. Once per turn, that Synchro monster cannot be destroyed by battle, but each time this effect is applied, it loses 800 attack and defense at the end of the damage step. Okay. Weird card, but probably has some uses. Reanimation Wave. Regular trap card. Activate only when your opponent's monster declares a direct attack. Select 1 Synchro monster in your graveyard with a level less than or equal to the attacking monsters. The battle damage you take from that attack is halved. At the end of the damage step, special summon the selected Synchro monster from the graveyard. Alright. If you have a lower level Synchro, that's definitely going to make it easier to use, but interesting trap. Then we have Gap the Divine Soldier. A 6-star Dark Fiend, 2200 attack, 2000 defense. All monsters are changed to face-up attack position. Also, their battle positions cannot be changed, and flip effects are not activated. Once per turn, you can reveal any number of Fiend-type monsters in your hand. This card gains 300 attack for each until the end phase. Huh. So it forces everything to battle and cancels flip effects when it's summoned. Or I guess while it's just in play. That does include your monsters, though, so you do have to be a little bit careful with them, at least. Alright, here's Crashbug Y, a level 3 Dark Fiend, 1400 attack, 1600 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Crashbug X from your deck. You must control a face-up Crashbug Z to activate and to resolve this effect. And I don't remember, does Z summon Y or does Z summon X? Necrolinker, a level 2 Dark Fiend, 600 attack, 0 defense. You contribute this card to select one Synchron Tuner monster in your graveyard. Special summon that monster. It cannot be used as a synchro material during the turn it is special summoned by this effect. Okay, so you basically have to protect it for a turn before you can start synchro summoning with it. Justice Bringer, a level 4 Earth Warrior, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. Once per turn, when a special summoned monster your opponent controls activates its effect, you can negate the activation. Alright. That's a nice warrior card. I like it. Dark World Brainwashing, a continuous trap card. When an opponent's monster activates its effect, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, and except during the damage step, you can target one Dark World monster on the field, return it to the hand, and if you do, the activated effect becomes discard one random card from your opponent's hand. Okay, so it basically changes your opponent's monster's effect temporarily into making you discard a card so that you can activate the Dark World monster's effects. Okay. Bit convoluted, but interesting. White Veil, an equipped spell card, more tiny text. All the equipped monster battles, your opponent cannot activate any spell trap cards until the end of the damage step. Very nice. When an attack is declared involving the equipped monster, face-up spell trap cards your opponent controls have their effects negated until the end of the damage step, even if this card leaves the field. Also very nice. When the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Still very nice. When this face-up card in a player's spell and trap zone leaves the field, that player takes 3,000 damage. Ah, so there's the downside to it. Okay. And because it specifies leaves the field, and not something like destroyed, it just activates no matter what you do. Return it to the hand, send it to the graveyard, banish it, it doesn't matter. It will always do 3,000 damage as soon as it leaves, so... high risk for a lot of benefits, at least. And we have Karakuri Strategist Model 248 Nishipachi, a level 3 Earth Machine Tuner, 500 attack, 1600 defense. This card must attack if able. When this face-up attack position card is selected as an attack target, change it to defense position. When this card is normal or special summoned, select one monster on the field and change its battle position. Alright, interesting. Oh, and that is something, that Karakuri monster actually reminded me. I think I saw in a notice for this box that it shares some cards with a previous box, I think. We'll see as I go through. Yeah, actually, here we go. This is one of the cards that it shares with the previous box. This is Kwakimeru Boulder, a level 4 Earth Rock with 1200 attack and 1000 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add an Iron Core of Kwakimeru or one level 4 or lower Kwakimeru monster from your deck to your hand. I don't know why this box has duplicates from a previous box. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. Falling Current, a spell card. Target one face-up monster you control and declare a level between 1 and 3. It becomes that level. Alright, so just meant to help out with synchro summoning. Very simple. And we have Karakuri Soldier Model 236 Nisamu, a level 4 Earth Machine, 1400 attack, 200 defense. Like other Karakuris, it has to attack if it can, and if it is targeted for an attack when it's in face-up attack position, it switches to defense on its own. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Karakuri monster from your deck in face-up attack position. Alright, so it's not bad. It swaps itself out when it's destroyed. and use it to find any Karakuri you need. Not a bad card. Cybersaurus, a level 4 machine fusion of Blast Juggler, Two-Headed King Rex. It's an 1800 attack point monster, which is only 200 points stronger than the Two-Headed King Rex you used to fuse for it. So, not a great card. Aurora Paragon, a level 4 light fairy, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. Neither player can special summon monsters. When another monster is normal summoned to either player's side of the field, destroy this card. Okay, that seems weird. And Fabled Crus. We have more Fables in this box too. A level 2 Fiend, a Light Fiend with 1000 attack, 800 defense. When this card is discarded to the graveyard, select one level 4 or lower Fabled monster in your graveyard, except this card, and special summon it. So Fables, I believe, are a little bit like Dark Worlds in that they like being discarded, but more importantly, they specifically seem to like you having very few cards in your hand, I believe. You have Ultimate Obedient Fiend, a level 10 Fire Fiend with 3500 attack and 3000 defense. Okay. This card can only attack if this card is the only card on your side of the field, and if you also have no cards in your hand. The effects of effect monsters that this card destroys are negated. So, really powerful, but if you have any card other than it, it just sits there doing nothing. Alright. Kwakimeru Gravirose, a level 4 fire plant, 1900 attack, 1300 defense. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send one Iron Core of Kwakimeru from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal a plant-type monster in your hand. During each of your standby phases, you can send one level 3 or lower monster from your deck to your graveyard. I can already see this thing getting a lot of use in plant decks because of that Rose Lover monster, which I believe is a level 3, and when it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to special summon any plant from your hand. So that's kind of a scary monster right there. And then we got a duplicate Lucent. Rescue Warrior, a level 4 Earth Warrior, 1600 attack, 1700 defense. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card. If this card is destroyed by battle, select one face-up monster your opponent controls that you own and take control of it. I don't see that effect going off all that often. I haven't met too many decks that really steal your monsters, but I don't know. It's got decent stats at least. Kwakimeru Speeder, a level 3 wind machine, 1200 attack, 2200 defense. Very nice amount of defense. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you either send one of the Iron Cores from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal one machine-type monster in your hand. If you draw Iron Core of Kwakimeru during your draw phase, you can reveal it to your opponent to draw an additional card. Alright. Not bad. Probably going to use it more for defense, but not bad. Another Obedient Fiend. Karakuri Cash Shed. There we go. A counter trap. Activate only if you control a Karakuri monster in face-up defense position. Negate the activation of an opponent's spell trap card and destroy it. Yeah, that's not actually a bad trap card. And we have Iron Chains. Or, at least... no, I see one more Iron Chain monster over to the side. Iron Chain Repairman. A level 4 Earth Warrior, 1600 attack, 1200 defense. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Iron Chain monster from your graveyard, except Iron Chain Repairman. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. So if I'm remembering the Iron Chains correctly, they mostly deal burn damage whenever they destroy things, or weaken your opponent's monsters, I think is what they do. I don't quite remember, but we'll see. Necro Defender, a level 2 Dark Fiend, 0 attack, 800 defense. During your main phase, you can remove from play this card from your graveyard to select one monster you control. Until your opponent's next end phase, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from battles involving it. That's actually not that bad of a card. Especially because it works with anything. It doesn't specify it has to be like a fiend or only darks or something like that. It just does anything. Very cool. Backup Warrior, a level 5 Earth Warrior, 2100 attack, 0 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand, while the only monsters you control are 2 defense position monsters. Kind of a weird requirement, but okay. You cannot synchro summon the turn you special summon this card. Okay, that kind of makes sense, because if you have one of your defense modes a tuner, you can special summon a level 5 for free, and that's a pretty good synchro material, so it makes sense that it has that effect. And we got an ultra rare! Cool! Fabled Cerberell, level 2 light beast with 1000 attack, 400 defense. It's also a tuner. And if this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Only a few duplicates too, so let's go ahead and open up the next 10 packs. As usual, first 10 always take a little while, just because I kind of like discussing the cards a bit. Let's see. Reanimation Wave we've gotten. Fabled Diff, I guess this is another another reprint, I guess. Level 3 Light Fiend, 1400 attack, 1700 defense. When a fabled monster is sent from the hand to your graveyard, you contribute this card to select that monster and special summon it from the graveyard. Okay. And then we have the Fabled Kudabi, a level 4 Light Beast Synchro, 2200 attack, 1100 defense. Requires 1 Fabled Tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. This card gains the following effect based on the number of cards in your hand. 0, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. 3 or more, destroy this card during the end phase. So again, that kind of ties into the Fabled's effects of wanting you to have very few cards in your hand, but having pretty potent effects as a sort of counterbalance to that. Another reprint, Karakuri Ninja Model 7749 Nanashik, a level 5 Earth Machine, can't talk, 2200 attack, 1800 defense. Typical Karakuri effects, has to attack, changes to defense if it's attacked at all. Or actually, in this one's case, just whenever it's targeted for an attack, it just changes its battle position no matter what it's already in. But when this card is normal summoned, you can draw a number of cards equal to the number of face-up defense position Karakuri monsters you control. Interesting. We have Kawakimiru Beetle, level 4 Earth Insect, 1900 attack, 1500 defense. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Core of Kawakimiru from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal an insect-type monster in your hand. If a light or dark monster is special summoned in attack position, change that monster to defense position. And just really quick, I'm going to take a quick drink. But also I just noticed that I kind of smacked a little, like clicked my tongue or whatever, and I need to stop that because it doesn't sound that good on the recording. But anyway. Ooh, interesting. Genix Ally Axel. Level 8 Dark Machine Synchro. 2600 attack, 2000 defense. Requires 1 Genix tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, select 1 level 4 or lower machine-type monster from your graveyard, and special summon it. Not bad. The attack of that monster is doubled until the end phase, but it cannot attack your opponent directly, and remove that monster from play during your end phase. Okay, so it's not like you can just repopulate your field. It basically lets you revive something for a really strong attack against a monster, and then it's gone. Okay, so it's not that bad of a synchro, though. I mean, 2600 attack is not too bad. It's a level 8, which isn't great, but anyway. Poison Chain. A continuous spell card. During the end phase of your turn, if you did not attack, you can make your opponent send cards equal to the number of face-up Iron Chain monsters you control from the top of their deck to the graveyard. Oh, was that what they did? Were they like burning and milling at the same time? I can't remember. I think maybe they were kind of a combination of both. Anyway, got another Fabled Diff and another Nishipachi. Rainbow Sparkles. Did we get another Ultra Rare? We got another Necro Defender. The Fabled Pegulsus. A level 1 Light Beast Tuner with 100 attack, 1600 defense, so level 4 Synchro is looking a little bit more viable. When this card is discarded to the graveyard, you can special summon it face down on your side of the field. When this card is flipped face up, you can reveal one Fabled monster in your hand to send one Fabled monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. And we got the super rare card Shield Crush. Target one defense position monster on the field and destroy that target. I am A-okay with that card. I mean, it's really powerful, but honestly, the last few times I've been in the arena, I have been completely livid whenever I've come across this stupid deck that uses Cyberstein and DNA Surgery to make all your monsters warriors, because it basically just tricks you into attacking a monster that then supercharges its defense and you kill yourself with recoil, so I'm okay with Shield Crush being introduced to nerf that. Oh, here we go. Sorry. I got distracted on a little bit of a rant, but we got another Crashbug Z, and it... Okay, so Z summons Y, and Y summons Z, but they both need X to be in play in order to use their effects. So I wonder what X does. Barrel Behind the Door, counter trap card. Activate only when a card's effect that would inflict damage to you is activated. Your opponent takes the damage instead. Alright. And we got another Speeder. Core Blast. Continuous trap card. You can only activate this card's effect while you control a face-up Kawaki Miru monster. Once per turn during your standby phase. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can destroy a number of cards your opponent controls, so that your opponent will control the same number of cards as you control monsters. Alright then, I mean that's kind of strong for just a normal card. I mean, you do have to have a Kawaki Miru survive until the start of your next turn, but I've seen plenty of decks do that. Wow. And if that's the only Kawaki Miru you control, you could level all of their spell and trap cards so that they only have one monster left, for example. Wow, that's a scary trap card. We got another Crashbug Z, and Genix Recycled. A level 1 Dark Machine Tuner, 200 attack, 400 defense. Once per turn, you can select one Genix monster in your graveyard. Until the end phase, this card's name is treated as the selected monster's name. Okay, so the idea with that is that a lot of the base Genix synchros specifically say they need Genix Controller. So Recycled is a way of getting more controllers in your deck so that it's easier to synchro summon with them. Because if you synchro summon if you used controller to synchro summon previously in the duel, you can summon Recycled, and it can mimic the controller you used previously to make a new synchro. There you go. That's basically what I was trying to explain. Reanimation Wave, Rescue Warrior, Gap the Divine Soldier, Level Tuning. Spell card, reduce the level of all face-up monsters you control by 1 until the end phase. Okay. Another Z, and Kawaki Miru Wall. Level 4 Earth Rock, 1900 attack, 1200 defense. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send an Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal one Rock-type monster in your hand. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, you contribute this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Okay, not bad. Necro Defender, Barrel Behind the Door, Axel. We got another Beetle, Backup Warrior, and Karakuri Cash. Okay, super rare. Select one face-up Select one face-up Karakuri monster you control. Add one level 4 or lower Karakuri monster from your deck to your hand, and change the battle position of the selected monster. That's actually a really cheap searching card. That's really nice. Okay. Let's see, so that was 20 packs. Definitely going to open at least 10 more. And I'll see how we're doing on time. We have non-fusion area, continuous trap card, neither player can fusion summon. Okay. Simple enough. Dark World Brainwashing, Gen X Recycled, Diff, Ancient Tool, level 5 machine with 1700 attack, not good at all. And another Karakuri Nisamu. Iron Chain Snake, a level 3 Earth Reptile, 800 attack, 1200 defense. During your main phase, you can equip this card to one face-up monster your opponent controls. That monster loses 800 attack and defense. When it is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, its controller sends cards equal to its level from the top of their deck to the graveyard. Ooh, yeah, so Iron Chains are kind of a combination of burn and mill at the same time. Ooh, that's kind of scary. Another Cash Shed, Fabled Crus, or whatever. Aurora Paragon, Lucid Another Dark World, and we got the signature monster, Junk Destroyer. A level 8 Warrior Synchro, Earth attribute, 2600 attack, 2500 defense. Requires Junk Synchron and one or more non-tuner monsters. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the number of non-tuner monsters used for the Synchro Summon of this card, and destroy those targets. So, you are guaranteed to destroy at least one card, or two, actually, because now that I think about it, there can only be 3 monsters on the field at any one time in this game, and it says you can't count the tuner. So that's either 1 or 2. Still, not a bad effect at all. Being able to just destroy 1 or 2 cards of your opponents for free is really nice. Crashbug Z, Gen X Recycled, Karakuri Barrel, Model 96 Shinkuro. A level 2 Earth Machine Tuner, 400 attack, 400 defense. Must attack if able. If this face-up attack position card is selected as an attack target, change it to defense position. And once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Oh, that's actually not too bad. It's a pretty stable tuner. Or a sturdy tuner, I guess. Fabled Mistoji. Level 2 Light Fiend tuner. 400 attack, 200 defense. Sorry, I keep interrupting myself. I keep having to stifle a yawn. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to select one face-up Fabled monster you control. The selected monster is treated as a tuner while it's face-up on the field. That actually opens up a lot of versatility. That's not bad. Got Inpachi, level 4 Earth Machine normal monster, 1600 attack, 1900 defense, pretty good. And, oh boy, more tiny text. Kwakimeru War Arms, level 4 Earth Warrior, 1400 attack, 1200 defense. Let's see here. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send an Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal one Warrior-type monster in your hand. Once per turn, you can target one level 3 or lower Warrior-type monster in your graveyard. Equip that target to this card. This card gains attack equal to half the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy all monsters equipped to it by this effect instead. Ooh, okay. So that's kind of the downside, is you can equip multiple monsters to War Arms, but if it would be destroyed by battle, it loses all of them. It's not like he just gets to shed one to protect himself. Okay. The Fabled Nozuchi, level 2 Light Beast, 1200 attack, 800 defense. During your main phase, you can discard one Fabled monster and special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned this way, you can special summon one level 2 or lower Fabled monster from your hand. Okay. Marks with other Fableds. We got yet another Aurora Paragon, and a new Fabled Synchro, Fabled Valkyrius. Level 8 Light Fiend Synchro, 2900 attack, 1700 defense. Requires one Fabled Tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can discard one Fiend-type monster to draw a card. Obviously works with other Fabled monsters since they like to be discarded and have few cards in the hand. Quackimere Beetle, Fabled Ultro, level 2 Light Fiend Tuner, 800 attack, 500 defense. Once per turn, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon one level 3 Fabled monster from your hand. Okay, so basically sets up for any level 5 Synchro that, is compatible with these. And we got an Isamu. Fabled Arustos, another reprint, level 4 Light Fiend, 1500 attack, but while you have 2 or less cards in your hand, all face-up Fabled monsters you control gain 400 attack. Ally Salvo, a level 2 Dark Machine. When this card is destroyed by battle with a light monster and sent to the graveyard, select 2 cards on the field and destroy them. Interesting. And Swarm of Scarabs, a level 3 Dark Insect, 500 attack, 1000 defense. Once per turn, you can change this card to face-down defensive position. When this card is flipped summoned, target one monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. So you do have to protect it for a turn, because you specifically need to flip summon it, not wait for it to be flipped face-up. So if your opponent attacks it, it doesn't count. We got White Veil, Misjudge, level 4 Light Fiend, 1800 attack, 600 defense. If an opponent's card effect activates, before resolving that effect, toss a coin twice, and if the result is 2 heads, negate that effect. You can only use this effect of Misjudge once per turn. That's only a 25% chance to negate, so that's not fantastic. Synchron Explorer, level 2 Earth Machine, 0 attack, 700 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one Synchron monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. So let's see, recover some of the Synchrons you may have used earlier in the duel. Not too bad, not too bad. We are at 32-ish minutes. Yeah, let's get 10 more packs in, and then we'll just cover what we haven't gotten yet. Boulder, Non-Fusion Area, Gravirose, Reanimation Wave, Recycled, Crashbug X. Here we go. Level 3 Dark Fiend, 0 attack, 2000 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Crashbug Z from your deck. You must control a face-up Crashbug Y to activate and to resolve this effect. That is not at all what I was expecting. I thought X would be like a tuner, and the idea was that, like, you have X on the field, you normal summon Z, special summon Y, or normal summon Y and special summon Z, or whatever the order is. And then that's basically setting you up for a synchro summon of whatever their combined level would be. But they just seem to want to swarm the field, so I wonder if there's a spell or trap card that's supposed to work with them. White Veil, Resonance Device, a spell card. Target 2 face-up monsters you control with the same type and attribute. Change one of their levels to the current level of the other until the end phase. Okay, that can help with synchro summoning if you have a very specific deck, but could be useful. Karakuri Trick House, trap card. Activate only when the battle position of a face-up Karakuri monster you control is changed. Select one card on the field and destroy it. That's a very mean little trap card. Because your Karakuris are going to change their battle position when they get attacked. So you have that set, your opponent's big monster attacks one, changes its battle position, you activate your trap card, destroy the big monster. It's actually really mean. But anyway. Worthless Cybersaurus, pretty good Impachi, Gravirose. Parallel Selection. Trap card. Activate only when a synchro monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's card, either in battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard. Select one of your removed from play spell cards and add it to your hand. What a weird card. Fabled Mistoji. And Shrink. A quick play spell card. Target one face-up monster on the field. The original attack of that monster is halved until the end of this turn. Very nice. Very nice. Very good sudden counter to any sort of incoming attack. Got another Nanashik. Got a Mistoji. And a new super rare, Kwakimeru Rooklord. Level 7 Earth Warrior, 2800 attack, 2200 defense. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send an Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal one Warrior-type monster in your hand. That's actually interesting, because the other Kwakimerus that are above level 4, they don't have the same, like, they don't have this effect. They're like require you to send something to the graveyard or to tribute something or something like that to keep them around. But Rooklord says you can just reveal a warrior type monster in your hand. That's already pretty powerful. Anyway, you can tribute summon this card by tributing one Kwakimeru monster, also very powerful. When this card is normal summoned, you can remove from play one Kwakimeru card in your graveyard to destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls. This thing is really powerful. Wow. I really want to make a Kwakimeru deck right now. Got Boulder. Dark Deal. Trap card. When your opponent activates a normal spell card, pay 1000 life points. The effect of that normal spell card becomes your opponent discards 1 random card. Okay, so very obviously meant to work with Dark Worlds or Fableds. And we got yet another Lucent. Dark World Brainwashing, Nishipachi, Karakuri Ninja Model 919 Kiwik, I think. Level 4 Earth Machine, 1700 attack, 1500 defense. Must attack if able. When this face-up card is selected as an attack target, change its battle position. So, defense to attack or attack to defense. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, select one level 4 or lower Karakuri monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense position. Okay, revives your other Karakuris, that's not bad. Stardust Phantom, Crashbug Y. Okay, no, I'm sorry, so Z summons Y if you control X. Y summons X if you control Z, and X summons Z if you control Y, I think. I don't know, these things are all very confusing, and I don't really know why you have them in your deck. I guess milling? Maybe? I don't know. Iron Chain Snake, Ancient Tool, Gen X Recycled. Alright. And that was the 40th pack, so let's just go ahead and start covering the rest of the cards since the video is starting to drag on. Karakuri Shogun Model 00 Bure. A level 7 Earth Machine Synchro, 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuners, 2600 attack, 1900 defense. Okay, so pretty robust synchro already. When this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon 1 Karakuri monster from your deck. Oh, very cool. So, no level restrictions, nothing. You just pick anyone in your deck. And once per turn, you can target a monster on the field, change its battle position. Very nice. Next, we have Ancient Sacred Wyvern. Oh, hold on, let me go. There we go, just so that I can see a little bit easier. Anyway, level 7 Light Fairy Synchro. No, kind of looks like it would be a dragon. 2100 attack, 2000 defense. 1 light tuner, 1 or more non-tuners. While your life point is higher, While your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference. Right? While your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card loses attack equal to the difference. Ugh. Okay. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1000 life points to special summon it. Okay. So, interesting. Kind of like Neo Parshoth, but doesn't require a field spell in order to gain attack. The downside is it can lose attack. Underworld Fighter Balmung. A level 4 Dark Warrior Synchro. 2100 attack, 800 defense. Accepts any tuner and any non-tuners. When this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Except this card, special summon it. Interesting. Ugh. Sorry, I got a tickle in my nose. Very interesting. Very difficult to synchro summon because not a lot. I mean, doable, but tricky. Hold on, just a second. There might be a small cut here, but I need to kind of blow my nose. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Sorry again if I had to cut, but I really don't need you guys listening to me blowing my nose. Fabled Grimrow. Level 4 Light Fiend, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. If you control a face-up Fabled monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Add one Fabled monster from your deck to your hand, except for Fabled Grimrow. Alright, not bad. Searcher. Pretty decent stats. Doom Caliber Knight. A level 4 Dark Fiend, 1900 attack, 1800 defense. Cannot be special summoned. During either player's turn, if a monster effect is activated, tribute this face-up card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the monster. Very nice. Very strong card, and just negates any monster effect. Pretty cool. Miracle Fusion. Spell card, fusion summon one elemental hero fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your side of the field or your graveyard. Cool, so it lets you fuse with the stuff in your graveyard. Nice card. Alright, so that's the last of the ultra rares. So for the super rares, we have Iron Chain Dragon, a level 6 Earth Dragon Synchro, 2500 attack, 1300 defense. Will accept any tuner and any non-tuners. You can remove from play all Iron Chain monsters from your graveyard to have this card gain 200 attack for each card removed until the end phase. Kind of a temporary buff, but keep trying on. Kind of a temporary buff, but could be useful in a pinch. And when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, send the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. So again, more milling, more possible. I mean, this one doesn't do burn damage, but interesting. Fabled Ragin, or Ragin, one of the two. A level 5 Light Fiend Synchro, 2300 attack, 1800 defense. Needs one Fabled tuner, but any non-tuners. When this card is synchro summoned, if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. Very nice. Very nice. Fabled Raven, a level 2 Light Fiend tuner, 1300 attack, 1000 defense. Once per turn, you can discard any number of cards, and if you do, this card gains 1 level and 400 attack for each discarded card until the end of the turn. Very nice. You can adjust its level to better synchro summon whatever you need. Then we have Karakuri Komachi Model 224 Ninishi. A level 3 Earth Machine Tuner, 0 attack, 1900 defense. Card must attack if able. When this face-up card is selected as an attack target, changes battle position. Ugh. So you can't keep it in defense mode, because as soon as it's targeted for an attack, it switches to attack. But if you leave it in attack mode, it has to attack with 0 attack points, so... While this card is face-up on the field, once per turn during your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Karakuri monster in addition to your normal summoner set. Okay. So the idea is you play this first, you normal summon a second Karakuri, and then you synchro summon to get rid of it before it runs headlong into something and deals a lot of recoil damage. Then we have Karakuri Merchant Model 177 Inashichi. I think I pronounced that right. Level 2 Earth Machine, 500 attack, 1500 defense. Has to attack, and if it's targeted for an attack while in attack position, it changes to defense. When this card is normal summoned, add 1 Karakuri card from your deck to your hand. Cool. Cool. Then we have Diamond Core of Kawaki Miru. Interesting. Add one Kwakimeru card from your deck to your hand except Diamond Core of Kwakimeru. You can banish this card from your graveyard. For the rest of this turn, Kwakimeru monsters you control cannot be destroyed. Just flat out. By card effect or by battle. Very nice spell card, so it lets you find the iron cores you need to run the other one's effects. And you can banish it to just outright protect all of your Kwakis. Very cool. We have a trap card, Synchro Material. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls. If you Synchro Summon this turn, you can use the selected monster as a Synchro Material monster. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. That is just mean. That is really mean, just being able to Synchro Summon using your opponent's monsters just as material. That's, wow, that's a mean little trap card. And that's the last of the super rares, so it looks like we just missed a few of the other cards, but anyway. Fabled Kushano, level 3 Light Fiend Tuner, 1100 attack, 800 defense. You can discard a Fabled monster to the graveyard, except for Kushano, to add this card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, not bad. And we have the Fabled Chawa, a level 1 Light Beast Tuner, 200 attack, 100 defense. During your main phase, you can discard a Fabled monster and special summon this card from your hand. We have Argenex Turbo, a level 4 Wind Machine, 1500 attack, 1300 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one level 1 Genex monster from your deck to your hand. So I am pretty sure that, yeah, Recycled is a level 1, so he lets you search for that at the very least. Reckoned Power. Trap card. Reveal one Iron Core of Kwakimeru in your hand. Destroy all face-down spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Very strong trap card, but very specific activation requirements. Core Reinforcement. Continuous trap card. Select and special summon one Kwakimeru monster from your graveyard in attack position. When that monster is destroyed during your end phase, the controller of this card takes damage equal to that monster's attack. When this card is removed from the field, destroy it. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Okay, so it's a revival for Kawakis, but with the extra stipulation that if it destroys itself, you take damage. So, could be good, could be bad. Doesn't have a level limit though, so you could discard a bigger Kwakimeru and then revive it with Core Reinforcement. We have Miniaturize, another continuous trap card. Activate this card by targeting one face-up monster on the field with more than 1000 original attack that has a level. Its level is reduced by 1 and it loses 1000 attack. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Okay, so cuts 1000 attack points off of an opponent's monster basically. You can use this to interrupt Synchro Summoning if you're pretty sure your opponent's deck does that, but kind of hard to tell. Then we have Iron Chain Coil. Level 3 Earth Machine Tuner, 1100 attack, 1600 defense. Once per turn, you can select one Iron Chain monster you control to have it gain 300 attack and defense as long as this card is face up on the field. Not bad. I think you can pick it, so you can make it a 1400, 1900. And I wonder if you can use that effect over and over again. I think you might be able to, actually. Interesting. Kwakimeru Hydro Barrier, a level 3 Water Aqua, 1000 attack, 1900 defense. You can return one Iron Core of Kwakimeru from your hand to the top of the deck. If you do, the effects of all face-up effect monsters are negated until the standby phase of your next turn, except for Kwakimerus. Interesting. Not that great, because it does basically remove your next draw. And possibly can kill some of your Kwakis, but interesting, at the very least. Nightmare Horse. A level 2 Dark Zombie, 500 attack, 400 defense. This card can attack your opponent's life points directly, even if they have a monster. Okay. Gateway to Dark World. a quick play spell card. Target one Dark World monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You cannot summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, but you can set. Very nice. Very nice. That's actually a normal? Really? A card that lets you just special summon any Dark World monster, regardless of level, for no cost. And like, I know it says that you cannot summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, so you can basically only activate once per turn, but you can activate this at the end of your opponent's turn, get a Dark World monster, and then switches to your turn, so then you're completely unaffected by that restriction. That's really powerful for a normal card. And the final card that we did not get is Lucky Chance. Continuous trap card. When an effect monster's effect that requires only one coin toss is activated, call heads or tails. If you call it right, draw a card. Okay. So basically lets you kind of profit from your opponent's gambles, but I haven't seen too many cards that use coins. Although it does specify that it could be, like, it doesn't specify that it has to be your opponent's effect monsters, so it could be some of yours. I can't think of any effect monsters that flip only one coin, though, so anyway. It is 51 minutes into this pack opening. I've kind of rambled a bit, so I do apologize for that, but very interesting box so far. Lots of new cards. Very interested in the Karakuris, very interested in the Quackies. Kind of interested in the Iron Chains, but it almost feels like there's not enough there to build a deck. Because there's just, what, Repairman, Snake, and Coil, I think? I don't know if there's any others either, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's all the cards in the Revolution Beginning box. Still a little disappointed that Black Rose Dragon isn't in it, but maybe it'll be in the mini box, but regardless. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope you all have a great day. And I will see you all next time.